Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. This is the 0.36 update and we are in the map editor. In fact, I didn't think we'd be back in the map editor so soon. We've been creating this island under a series of videos for advanced map editing, which started at episode 130. But there have been some additions since I last turned off the computer, apparently. So this update's come out and it's added a bunch of stuff. It's like quality of life changes, basically, to the map editor that are really going to help out people who like custom islands. First of all, LODs have been fixed, which means these bridge pieces now have translucency. They look like the bridge pieces that you would see in the game. Also, when you put these bridge pieces in, they will not have grass on them because the grass has been told not to render on them anymore. So if you place them higher than the level of the grass on land, fear not, they will be clear of pesky plant material. Also, there have been some new animals added, well, old animals added to the list of animals you can put on a custom island, including Mr. Pigs. Yeah, the boar is back. Well, it's back in, if you've been playing custom islands a lot, it's back. Which is great because you don't need to mess around with sort of item codes and hand editing island files and stuff, which is kind of messy and kind of a little bit tricky. So if you don't want to do all that, you can add a boar. In fact, you can add a crab as well. There, Mr. Krabs and Mr. Boar. And I think you can even, rotate these guys. Hello. Hello. Okay, so these guys are in, and you can also add, for your delectation, Mr. Snake. So, bull crabs and snakes are now animals that you can add to custom islands, which is really, really neat. Hello. Get real close to Snake. There we go. Don't tread on Snake when he's in the game, because he will bite you. As will the crab. The crab now has an attack mechanic, which will give you a little nip if you get close enough. The pig is still a pig. But we tend to leave Piggy alone because Piggy, well, of all the creatures in Stranded Deep, is the one that annoys us least and is basically passive. So, yeah, we tend to leave Piggy alone. There's also been a change. If we go to terrain and hit the cog at the end and we back out, look, there is a time of day slider. Woof! So we can change the time of day and actually see what our island looks like at various states in the dawn, in the midday sun, and in the evening. There we go. Or at night. If you really like, let's switch back to objects. If you really like looking at the moon through the clouds, which are all above us, I have a feeling the clouds might even be new to the map editor as well. I don't remember them being in. But then the lighting's changed, so that might also have an effect there because ambient occlusion is being, the way it's rendered is different. Everything looks a little kind of less punchy, less green. I'm not entirely sure about that. There's also a new form of anti-aliasing, which is kind of cool. There's a bunch of other stuff. I mean, if you want to know what's in the patch, it really is a laundry list of stuff. There is so much stuff. I think that's all the animals. Trees. Yes, I was lamenting that there were a couple of types of tree that were missing, and those were the ficuses. Now they've been added as ficus 1 and ficus 2, and if we add these two guys here, we can go 1 and 2. So these are the ficus trees that you were to see on like little islands and stuff, and they were missing from the island editor, and we can now pop them in. So these guys can be just added around for extra foliage. It's kind of cool. This island's not live yet, so I haven't seen if you can actually use these guys for fuel, if you can chop them down. I'm assuming you can, or at least this one here, the smaller of the two, should be able to chop it down. But don't know. Anything else in the island editor? No. We could probably just go to the cartographer and have a look there, because the other thing that's been added to the game now are missions. And if you've done everything you feel that you can do in the game and you still want a challenge and sharks are just not terrifying enough, well, I'll see you in the cartographer. And here we are in the cartographer, and now we have these 3 new missions at the side of the screen. Wait, what are these? Mission Eel, Mission Shark, and Mission Squid? What? Yeah, that's that's the Megalodon mission, the Giant Eel mission, and the Giant Squid mission. So what you can do is you can drag these like you would normally do with a map, any of the custom islands, and you can just drag them onto a tile, let go, and have terrifying fun times in your current world. So if you've spawned a world, or if you're using a map that you have used for a long time, and you think, oh, I could do with some terrifying nightmares, then just go to the cartographer, drag and drop, and just replace an island that you're not currently on. So anything that isn't red, you can just drop it down and then go over there and have a pant warming time with a giant shark or an eel or a squid, Cthulhu's flatmate, I believe. So back in the game itself, we have new little tooltips that pop up. So hold E to interact. Actually has a little box around the E, but also the solar still has a circle on it. So if we use some of the water, it shows us that we've actually used some of the water. So instead of the little droplets that were there, it's now got a little radial menu that comes up. Well, radial icon, sorry, that comes up and shows us that we've now drained the solar still. Some water's come back. So we could probably have a little drink and then use that water. So it's not, we don't have the icons above these stills anymore. We have to go over to them and actually interact with them, which that's the thing that's missing. If you're like, oh, hang on a minute, what's missing? Well, it's the icons floating above the things, my dude. That's definitely gone. Respawn rates for things like yuccas is up, and apparently you shouldn't be able to collide with... No, you can't collide with the ficus anymore. So the ficus, you can just walk straight through as if it were a ghost. Bit of a problem. I've just noticed a hole in the mesh there, which shouldn't be there. Oh well, that's the thing. Back in the main game, so we're actually playing a game. The bridge. This thing had a load of grass on it. It no longer has grass on it. That's a thing. Also, apparently, if you are underwater, you have a little air breathy, bubbly thing. UI. Let's go. Let's have a. There we go. Bottom of the screen, a little blue bar that shows you how much air you have left or don't have left because you're drowning, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So the missions are in. If we go and grab Mr. Sharks, in fact, apparently there's a new way of them rendering water as well. Let's go and have a little look here. Little look. Is it more translucent than it was before? Has it sorted out the translucency? It's still kind of looking a bit... It's not as translucent as it once was. I gotta give it that. It's kind of midday. I think it was a problem with like a texture on the surface of the water. So I don't know if that's been fixed. I don't know. We'll have to play the game. However, apparently sharks now have buoyancy. Do you want to find that out, Mr. Shark? Do you have buoyancy? Now, this is a bit of a problem. If you're a sort of a shark murdery person, if you kind of got murder in the face, and you're like, oh, I really do like killing sharks, but core blimey, governor, they tend to sink, and then I cannot get them on my raft. Goodbye. Do you float? I mean... Yeah, it was kind of slow, I guess. Maybe that shark hasn't got... Because we killed that thing a long time ago. I don't know where the other shark is. He's somewhere around here. So there's a bunch of things. VSync and frame rate issues. There's fixes for skinning. There's fixes... What? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's definitely been change to the water. I mean, we can see that shark from over there, so that's kind of cool. That's neat. That's very neat. I'm looking for the other great white. That would be telltale sign of like big changes on the old island. Now, there's definitely a change in the way the world is being rendered. It's certainly less contrasty. I gotta say, yeah, it's a little bit less contrasty. There's a ray down there. Is that a ray? Yeah, so I think at least some of the things that we had problems with have changed. Driftwood stick spawning under terrain has been fixed. Projectiles stuck in animals colliding with objects and rafts has been fixed. So if you throw projectiles like spears and stuff into a shark, then that should no longer knock you off your raft. I believe that's what that means. That is terrifying. Mr. Shark's down there. Yeah, we can see him. Oh, we can see you, buddy. We can see you. Inventory not playing full sound when trying to switch an item with a full inventory. Okay. Fix cooking and smoking sounds being two-dimensional. Okay. Fixed animals colliding with interactive objects. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So the assumption there is that animals will no longer run through your camp and knock everything all over the place. Like Mr. Pigs will no longer run through your camp and knock your collection of bean tins all over the place. That would be tragic. There's what do we got else? Fixed giant squid colliding with boy, ficus plants. Yeah, we've done all that, I think. We've done a lot. Added shark ragdoll buoyancy. Well, I mean, we did kill that shark a long time ago, so maybe the change hasn't really got there. Increased stick spawn rate, tarp spawn rate, yucca spawn rate, rock item spawn rate. So I'm assuming those are for new islands. When you go to a new island and it's being randomly generated, then the spawn rate for all those items is up. Increased shipping container spawn rate. So if you were playing this game and you were like, I haven't seen a shipping container for a long time, not since 1930s, then good news. Change clay mineable resource to spawn in deeper ocean. Well, that is bad news. Clay will now spawn in deeper ocean, so you will have to absolutely deal with the sharks. And anything else? I don't know. Oh, change driftwood stick tier to require stick instead of driftwood stick. All right. Okay, that's the thing. So there's a bunch of changes. Oh yeah, they've gone to Unity 5.6.3, and they've changed. Now I'm gonna have to go into the dev console because, okay, just bear with me. We're gonna switch to God mode and go and look at the home island real briefly. So we're gonna go .god, gone? No, .god. Okay, so if you remember from the last video that the God mode does not make you invulnerable, you can still starve, you can still get poisoned, all that stuff, but it does mean we can have a quick look, because we were testing the map last time. We're not playing, doing a playthrough at the moment. We'll just go over here because we know there's a bed over here. I want to see if it's disappeared. That will be an interesting thing. We're just coming over to our island now. The other thing is, I did take a couple of screenshots over here from here. Can we see the... No, see, the sea still looks milky. I don't know. Before you could see all the way down to the bottom, but the sea from up here still looks milky. Okay, we are back to the home island, just temporarily, and the bed is now... Well, it's still called Hobbs Rest, so that's kind of cool. We can press E to pick up, and we can hold E to interact. So the bed is now a sleeping bag, and it looks. I gotta say, it looks a lot less appealing than the original bed. The original bed being a device that keeps you off the floor, where insects and stuff could be, and this looks like something from Skyrim. I'm sure in time. It'll change. Or maybe the bed will be reintroduced. I'm hoping the bed will be reintroduced. That would be sweet. But, yep. What else have we got here? Footsteps audio not controlled by effects audio setting. All right. There's a bunch of stuff to do with audio that has been fixed. Temporal anti-aliasing effect has now been added. Reduce the weather frequency from 70 to 35%. So if you're worried about storms and stuff, I might be going... am I repeating myself? I'm not sure. But the number of storms have been reduced. So don't worry about sort of going out and going, oh no, it's a stormy day again. Do I need to find water? Oh, I need to find food. I'm really hungry. Okay. So we're in God mode, but we're probably going to die. Whoa. Nom 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 nom. I need to find water? This is ridiculous. How much water is in these stills? So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Fine. We're sorted. Crab attack mechanic. I don't know of an island around here that has a crab on it. That's the island we were on. That's a new island we've yet to explore. Ooh. Can we go and get ourselves bitten by a crab? That'd be kind of cool. We don't need oxygen UI. I need to find water. What? Okay. Well, we'll just nom down on this then. Just briefly. Just to cover ourselves. All right. It's kind of... Wait, what? Okay, it looks like the flying around might actually make you hungry. That's... What? We ate. We've just eaten. That's crazy. That is crazy. Where's a crab when you need one? Mr. Krabs? I don't know. All right. Let's just have a little look here. Might actually start dying. This would be crazy. So, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. There's apparently a new post-effects stack, which should reduce performance overhead for effects. Now, it's not helped with the old shadow effect, and there's still a lot of stuttering. This computer should not stutter. Of all the computers out there, this one should not be a stuttery computer. I am not seeing any crabs. There's a crab! Alright, okay, fine. We'll go back into normal mode. So, tools.god. Gone. This is what happens when you try and type around a microphone stand. Okay, so we'll just put everything away. Mr. Krabs, are you friendly? Ah, no, he's not friendly. Yeah, that kind of hurt. But it doesn't seem to do much more damage than the old snake, so let's do this. Nah. So you get a little nip, but it's not a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing. Cool. So I think that's pretty much it for 0.36. There are the missions. Do we want... I don't really want to look at those. They'll be a nice surprise. Add them to your own game. Go and have a look. Take a lot of bandages and a lot of weapons and stuff, and then go and have a play with those. They'll mess you up fun time, I'm sure. But you know what? I am being very, very ill, so I think I'm going to leave it there, and we will resume the normal playthrough next episode. So we'll be back on the old island, and we'll go through and do everything we need to do. That will be neat. But you know what? I'm going to leave you there. So if you're liking these series, if you're liking the old custom islands, if you're liking the cold voice, then by all means drop a link, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. Oh, the other thing that's changed, they've smoothed the edges of islands. That's a kind of cool thing. And now islands, big islands are slightly bigger, and small islands are also slightly bigger. So yeah, loads of stuff. There is still a lot of stuttering. This computer should absolutely not stutter. That's a weird one. But you know what? I'm going to leave you there. So until next time, bye.